Hello, welcome to Win Some Loosemore. My name is Dieter and you join me for a Why I Like, a series of videos where I take you through some of the games in our collection and I tell you why I like them. Today I'll be telling you why I like Imhotep The Duel. As with other games with The Duel or some such thing in their title, this has been taken from a bigger game that's been out much longer called Imhotep and reworked and redesigned to work as a two-player only game. This is a tile, I suppose, drafting type game where you're building up all the different tiles that you get into scoring in different ways. Why don't I show you how it works and we'll come back and I'll tell you why I like Imhotep The Duel. So here I've set up the game. We've got the central little board here with the 3x3 grid on it. We have the 6 boats, which I've already loaded up with some of the tiles, and each player has a row of scoring and 4 little workers. I've done it like this, just partly for the look of the thing and partly just to match up. It's just much easier to play at this angle. We can play opposite each other, but we prefer this. Now each of these 4 ways of scoring, the 4 different tile types, will do something different. And so the obelisk here says each obelisk token, which is these grey ones with the picture of an obelisk on, nice and simple. Each of those will score 1 point, and whoever has the most of them at the end of the game will score an additional 6 points. The pyramid, there's a lighter pyramid and a darker pyramid. Both of them are scored, and depending on how many tiles make up your pyramid, you score different numbers of points. The temple, these yellow ones here with the dots on, some of them have 2 dots, 3 dots, or even 4 dots. This one, each one you score, each circle scores a point. And then the tomb, it's these green ones with the numbers on. Every group of connected tokens is scored. So if I drafted the number 4 and the number 5 and the number 6, that's a group of 3, so I'd score 9 points for it. Nice and simple. And each of these, the reason they're broken up like this as opposed to being one board is that each of these also has a B side which scores differently. So the tomb, every group scores 4 points. So even a single tile, so actually you want smaller groups as possible, you can get more of them. So a number 1, a number 3, a number 5, a number 7 would each score you 4 points. The temple, depending on the number of sets that you have and how many are in that set. So a 1, a 2, a 3 and a 4 altogether is a set of 4, would give you 16, and you could get multiples of those. The pyramids are a little bit meaner. Only the smallest pyramid is scored this time, and if there's nothing in it, you get -6, 1 is 0. So to score any points, there has to be 2 in the pyramid that you have least in, and the obelisk is just first to have a 5 high obelisk scores 12, and the other person, if they reach 5, gets 6. So it works slightly differently. I've got them on the A side because they're nice and simple, and a turn is nice and easy. White player is going to go first. You just take one of your workers and place it somewhere on this 3x3 grid. I don't know how easily you can see the lines, but if you follow the line of each boat, it makes a 3x3 grid. And you are trying to get the tiles from these boats. So let's say they're going to go here. Fine, that's their whole go. There's nothing else they can do. I'm going to take mine and place it here. Now, if I wanted to, now that there's at least 2 in a single row or column, I can claim the boat. This boat here, because there is 2 in this column, I can claim this boat. And that would mean our workers come back and this boat comes out and we sort out who gets the tokens. Now, the way you sort out who gets tokens, whoever is, it basically mirrors along. So the furthest away from the back, the first to the front, gets this one. The next person along gets this one. If there was a person here, they would get this one. That's even true here. It doesn't quite mirror it, sorry. This person is now the front one, so they get the yellow dot. And so only those 2 could be claimed. So you would need to have all 3 people down for anyone to get the one nearest the shore. That's just the way it works. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to place that and hope. And they don't want to give me that obelisk. They are going to go here instead, and they're going to claim this boat. So the first thing we look at is the position. This one is the one furthest away from the shore, so that person claims that, goes into their dark pyramid. And then this is one of these special power tokens. There's a few different types. This one they just keep to the side, and it says place 1 meeple and then unload 1 to 2 boats. So it's just a slightly better version of what their term would be, because they claimed that boat, all the workers involved come back. This excess token that wasn't claimed gets discarded. It's gone from the game, and then we load up from the back. So we've got 2 obelisk, oh wow, 3 obelisk tiles, so that one's going to be hotly contested. And so now it's my go. Do I want to claim these 2 here and get rid of the 11? Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to claim this boat, which means these 2 come to me. That one there, that one there. This one gets discarded from the game, and we fill it up again. Now this continues until all the tokens in the pile are gone, have been used, and then we still continue until, if say a boat is claimed, so these will come back. Let's say a boat is claimed and there are no more tiles in the pile, that boat goes away, it's gone. When the penultimate boat is taken and removed from the game, that's when it ends. So there is still a boat there, there should still be 3 tokens that nobody ever claims. Then the game ends, we go through each scoring type, we add up our points, and whoever has the most points wins. So why do I like Imhotep The Duel? Well, Phil Walker Harding himself is a very good designer. We've enjoyed quite a few of his games, Sushi Go, Baron Park, those kinds of things that we've tried, usually on the slightly lighter side that just suit us. They're a nice comfortable thing to sit down and do, and this one is no different. It takes that very simple idea of drafting tiles and just getting the ones that you want, if you can get the ones that you want, to score in the different ways, which is a very simple concept, but that little, I suppose, noughts and crosses little board where you're doing the 3 in a row to get the boat that you want is a wonderful puzzle. It's a very simple one, really clear one, but there's just these little design choices that come through that he's known for, just these little things that go, oh, actually, this is much cleverer than I thought. Oh, this is actually much deeper than I gave it credit for. That's what he's really good at. Very simple games that actually provide a bit more depth than you were expecting. And so just that puzzle of trying to outthink your opponent on that little 3x3 grid, trying to place out your workers to get the one you want in the order that you want, to maybe then get one of those blue tiles to do something different, to do a bigger move, but then they're gone. And so it's just a really clever drafting mechanism. It's not, well, I want that one. Okay, well, I'll take that one, like a simple table draft or pick and pass or anything like that. There's that almost mini game to do that, and that's a fun game in and of itself. And then when you throw into that each game you can flip those scoring options, so either the A side or the B side, or mix them up as long as everybody's got the same. It just provides a good amount of variety. Each time you have to think, what is it that I'm going to go for? And we found actually if you try and do a little bit of everything on the A side, certainly you're not going to do very well. You should really focus on a couple of those scoring mechanisms if you want to do well, whereas on the B side some of those are a little bit more punishing, so you see you get some minus points coming up as well, and so it just provides a range of gameplay, not the gameplay necessarily but the strategy, sorry, that keeps this interesting, that keeps this engaging. The game, how long does it say it takes? 30 minutes, yeah, that's probably about right. So it's not massively long. You don't feel like if you've lost that, oh, I've just wasted all this time. It's hard to have a runaway winner, particularly because typically you'll both be going for something. If you're going for the same thing, maybe one of you will do much better at it, just from how you manipulate that little worker board. But it doesn't last too long. The number of times that you're pulling those boats out just feels about right, that you're able to achieve the things that you want to. So this is a lot of fun. I have to say I've not played the original Imhotep to know how this compares particularly. Obviously that will play more than 2 people. But as a simple little tile game, it doesn't take much setup. As long as they're all face down, you just kind of shuffle them up, place down the boards, and you're ready to go. So for the price that it is, relatively inexpensive, probably £15-20 most places. If you're looking for a very solid, fun 2-player game, designed very well, Phil Walker Harding does an excellent job with this. This is Imhotep The Duel. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you do consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell icon so you stay updated when we put out new content. And between videos, why not check us out on social media? We're on the usual places: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Just search Win Some Loosemore and you will find us. I'll be back soon with another video. I hope you'll join me for it. I've been Dieter for Win Some Loosemore. Thank you. Bye.